Hello, fellow UDLers. This is Carrie Bennett, and I am going to talk to you tonight about the three principles of UDL, which are based on different brain research and different networks in the brain. The three principles of UDL are seen on the screen, which are multiple means of representation, multiple means of action, and multiple means of engagement. And these are the three different principles of UDL. And I'm going to talk to you about each of the three principles and how I use them in my own classroom. So the first principle that I'm going to talk about is multiple means of engagement. And this is associated with the affective network of the brain. And basically what this means is it's the why of learning. It's how we hook the students is what they talked about in the UDL Chapter 4 book. It's how we engage them. It's how we catch their interest. It's how and why students get excited about learning. So that is the affective network and the multiple means of engagement, and I use this in my classroom. I think I do a really good job with this in my classroom. When we took that survey this week, this was my highest score, is the multiple means of engagement, and I think there are a couple different reasons why I scored so high, and because I use a lot of different ways to engage the students. So some of the examples in my classroom are, first, just the topics that I discuss in my character education elective. It relates to the students' lives. We talk about different things such as bullying, we talk about peer pressure, we talk about cliques and friendships, we talk about being honest, we talk about setting goals. So I think the topic that we discuss in itself help engage the students because we relate it to their lives every day. For example, today we talked about cliques, and then we talked about where they see cliques in the classroom and gossip and different things like that. So they relate it to their own lives. So that's one of the ways that I engage the students. One of the multiple ways that I engage the students. Next, I use music. I love music, and I allow the students to choose what songs they want to listen to, as long as it's the radio edited version. But so we use music a lot in my class. So if we're doing group work and it's just working and we're moving around stations, I'll have on YouTube, and I will play some music for them, which I'm going to do right now to make this. This is a video that I've shown them, so I just use music throughout the class. And again, it's the radio edited version. So that last song that you just heard was Sarah Bareilles' "Brave," and I use that with the cliques lesson, where we talk about being a positive bystander and to be brave and different things like that. Another thing that I do to engage the students is use a lot of movement. Again, I mentioned stations. We have stations when we do group work. They are allowed to move around. We play catch with the beach ball, which is why there's a beach ball in there. You'd be amazed at how engaged middle school boys can be when you throw around a beach ball around the classroom. They can't wait to answer because they want to have the ball. They want to be able to throw the ball. I never thought it would be so easy to engage them with just the beach ball that cost me 99 cents. But it works, and so I take advantage of that. The next thing that we're going to talk about is the multiple means of representation. That's the second principle of UDL, and this is associated with the recognition network. Basically, this is the what of learning. It's how we gather our facts. It's how we present information in different ways. Using variability with presenting information, which Todd Rose talked about a lot last week, with our third week of learning is, variability. We all learn in different ways. We all like different ways to present our information. So that is the multiple means of representation. And I'm going to tell you now about how I use it in my classroom. So again, examples in my classroom: giving information through discussion. So we talk a lot about different things. I present it auditorily, so the students can hear it. I also present information on the smartboard visually, which is something I've been doing a little bit more now with this UDL class. In the beginning of the class, I will have the outline of the class bullet listed on the smartboard for them, and then if at the end we usually do a discussion question, you know, like an exit ticket, and, you know, wrap up our activity for the day. And I will also have those questions on the board for them to see visually. You know, as I mentioned earlier, the use of media. I show them, again, a lot of times with the clicks, a lesson which I just mentioned, I use the YouTube videos to show them the different lyrics, because we talk about the music lyrics and how pop artists are writing about different things like bullying and stuff like that. So I will actually show the lyrics on the screen, and then we'll watch the video if it's appropriate. But again, like I just had before, this is a great video that I have used for my lesson about being a positive upstander. So this is actually made by other high school students, but I can't move the screen, so I'm just going to keep moving on. And then also another way that I have the students that I represent information is hands-on activities, and then followed up by processing discussion. So a lot of the activities I do in this class are very hands-on based. We actually do the activities, for example, if we were talking about being safe in the classroom or anywhere, you know, I would show them a hands-on way of being safe. We would take care of stuffed animals. You know, it's just silly little things that we do to kind of show them how to be safe, you know, different things like that. The other day we talked about being honest. So instead of just talking about being honest and what it is, we played a game called Integrity Ball, where they had to make a good catch and make a good throw, and it was up to them to decide whether the throw was good or whether it was a good catch, and they had to be honest with themselves and their peers. So I really try to keep them engaged through movement and the ways that they learn, the way that information is presented to them. So again, the way I present the information is through discussion, through seeing it visually on the smartboard, through use of media such as YouTube videos and lyrics. I also, you know, hands-on activities, actually doing the activity. All right, and then next, the third UDL principle is multiple means of action and expression, and this is associated with the strategic network, which is the how of learning, how we express our ideas, how we allow for we allow the students to present their information and to show that they understand it in multiple ways. They are assessed in multiple ways, so it's differentiation with the ways that we let students express what they know. So again, this is multiple means of action and how the students learn. So examples in my classroom range from exit questions at the end of the class. They can either answer it verbally if they'd like, or they can answer it by writing down the answer on a piece of paper. You know, because I do have the questions up on the smartboard or the whiteboard. Also, at the end of the marking period, I would do a project with the 7th and 8th grade, but I'll just talk about the 8th grade. They have to do a career presentation about goals and what they might want to be when they grow up. So students can, they research it, and then they can present what they know about that career that they chose. They can make a PowerPoint, they can make a Prezi, they can write a skit and present that in front of the class. They can write an article. It's supposed to be an article, and I will change that, but or they can create a poster. Also, when we do the career survey, before they start talking about what career they like or want to research, they choose which assessment type they are most comfortable with. Some of them are looking, you know, some of them have videos embedded in them. Some of them just have words and questions. Some of them actually just kind of give you a bulleted list of what you may like, and then associate that with the career. So I give them all those different choices, and they get to choose which one they feel most comfortable with to assess their own career goals. So those are just a few examples in my classroom of what I do for the multiple means of action and expression. So again, the 3 principles of UDL which were discussed today, are the multiple means of representation, multiple means of action and expression, and the multiple means of engagement. I hope you guys learned as much as I did this week through this presentation, and have a great weekend. Okay, bye.